Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Mythology, not even Mythology, Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the Blue Knights Templar, we got VortiX. Spawn on the other bottom right, we have, as the pink Jeanne d'Arc, we got El.loueMT. Of course, this is this map where the two bases are pretty close by each other. Trying to see how that'll change the dynamic between these two. Knights Templar has a lot of different units and capabilities, but I don't think anything really may warrant more heavy infantry play. Jeanne d'Arc, of course, is more focused on Jeanne d'Arc, so if she goes down, she has a quick respawn for that. The Red Palace should be actually particularly useful as an Age 4 landmark as well then. Other than that, it could get pretty messy pretty quick. There's a number of things that Knights Templar are now thinking about have some good Age 2 heavy infantry and other infantry units, so there could be some fun stuff that goes on. Blue is currently torching down the Wolf Den. Pink's trying to get some free shanks onto him. He does have a spearman here, so it looks like Blue has deployed out some early spearmen. Multiple early spearmen. Of course, we've got a number of local doggos being spawned from the Wolf Den. A couple of pink spearmen now pushing way forward as well. Additionally, they'll also access the Ronin, but looks like they don't generate any charges until next age. Blue only has 2 spearmen, pink has 3. Got another blue spearman push way forward. Something's on fire. That may be the sound effect of the merchant camp. And Spearman versus Spearman, both of them 17 health, so they'll probably have mutual destruction, but now it's 5 versus 1. Get some hits there. Even though the wolves pose a threat to this remaining Spearman. And the wolves are actually becoming a bit of a problem right now. Blue has 4 spearmen, pink does have 5. And there's 4 wolves in this area. While the spearman would probably win the fight, it's going to make it harder for blue overall. With this many wolves already biting him. He needs to let pink push forward and let him get bitten by the wolves, and then he can push forward. And blue is actually out of sheep. Ooh, and he's not really moving all too well. Jeanne d'Arc is still, of course, not leveled up. You know, I've actually never seen a Dark Age fight where Jeanne d'Arc has gotten to level 2 and be useful. Probably a Huntress variant. Get bonus in versus Spearman wouldn't be half bad. But overall, looks like Blue is going to lose this fight, getting bitten by a good number of wolves. We got Kingdom of France being queued on up. Get access to the Chevaliers and make all your units cheaper in gold by, what was it, 5%? And Blue's just losing a good number of spearmen here. Wolves do get a spearman kill there. The wolves are becoming a problem for pink as well. School Cavalry now being queued on up by Jeanne d'Arc, which is pretty much standard. Spearmen do fall back and now heading towards this Wolf Den, who's currently still at full health. The Wolf Den is set ablaze, so that gives pink a bit of gold. The Spearman's going to get overran by these wolves. Multiple archer ranges and a stable now being built by the Knights Templar player. And these are villagers, not pilgrims. The pilgrims research has not been queued on up, or at least one level has been queued on up. Villagers shanking some of these spearmen. One of these spearmen are quite low. Of course, sometimes not easy to clean them up. Jeanne d'Arc can now be leveled up The Huntress variant's probably pretty good for her. Does take out a villager there. Does go for the Man at Arms variant, so has access to Holy Wrath. She is classified as heavy infantry, does have 3 melee armor, 10 damage. Plus 10 versus huntable animals, which means probably does not do bonus damage versus wolves. And also this wolf den does get set ablaze as well. I think by pink, though. Scout's falling back on. I'm not sure if pink got it or maybe blue scout got it. Not sure. He's not going for a defensive outpost here. And probably both players need to get some basic walls going here relatively soon. Of course, blue will have access to chevaliers. A lighter heavy cavalry, more close to the sofas. Now got a Royal Knight on the field as well. Over here we do have the Pilgrim. Does grant the gold immediately, but she does get killed off, but in theory she did provide the gold first. So some of these pilgrims aren't going to be important, but needs to do it a little bit earlier. There's a Chevalier now deployed in the field, has 140 health or 160 maximum health, 2 armor, 14 damage, and regular knight attack speed. Archer does go down. We got the Lost Ronin. 1 charge is now available. That could be quite handy. Able to get some extra reinforcements to intercept these pilgrims. You know, actually, I don't think I've seen a Ronin deployed in the field. So I'd like to maybe see 1 or 2 of them. In theory, they should be heavy infantry, right? And that could be a good way to help counter out those archers. Good amount of damage on those spearmen. Divine Restoration could be used deployed right now. Just get the health going and get the building recharge. Got a decent force now pushed forward, including some archers. Those archers are right there. Pilgrims, I think, are still heading to this first one. So it looks like he's getting 130 gold every minute with these pilgrims. Provides 12 experience, suggesting that each pilgrim is worth 120 in value. Giving Jeanne d'Arc a decent amount of experience for killing off civilians. How very French. Pink does have 2 Royal Knights here, but there's a good number of archers here, and as well a handful of the spearmen. Jeanne d'Arc spearmen are quickly being picked on off there, and as well as the archers as well. Royal Knights charging way forward as well. More Royal Knights in the build queue. Pilgrims advancing, and the Lost Ronin is available to pink at the moment. An ambush spot, like a flank of Ronin, could be useful. I'm just trying to have one of the players, justify one of the players to grab it. Or actually use it. But looks like Blue's going to be capturing it now. He may actually go for the Ronin, since he's actually taking time to capture it. And does pull out Ronin. Let's see. I haven't seen Ronin yet deployed. Looks like it does scale with level, age ups. Has 10 damage, has sustained attack speed, 1-1 armor. Okay, they're not too fantastic. They are classified as heavy with a base armor of 1 and 1. That's not too great. Though, with the automatic age up stats, they do start out with 2-2 armor, so effectively a footman. I guess you pay what you get for 100 gold unit value. I wonder, do they have increased torch damage? Nope, looks like normal torch damage. They do actually have decent movement speed. They have Musafati Warrior movement speed, so that is what their big advantage. so they can mix into other compositions, more than just heavy infantry engage archer composition. Trying to torch on that barracks now. Down south, got the Royal Knights and the Scout push way forward. Of course, this little bit of feints is preventing villagers from picking up gold, which is very nice. No level 2 pilgrims just yet. +1 range damage on the wood, or +1 range damage for pink. Blue's already got +1 range damage, going with +1 range armor. So they're keeping their archer upgrades relatively similar. Maybe, I'm trying to think what each player should age up with. Blue could age up to get out the, mercenary crossbowmen, the Genoese crossbowmen. Since the French like to go for their Royal Knights and Arbaletiers, which could be a good combination there. Some Genoese crossbowmen to gauge all the Royal Knights, heavier crossbowmen. There's also the heavy spearmen from, I forget which age up, what's the name of it, which also are particularly effective against those Royal Knights, but would be vulnerable to the Arbaletiers. So right now I'm more leaning towards the Genoese crossbowmen as a unit. Granted, there's always other benefits for the age up, and guess we'll have to wait and see. Jeanne d'Arc probably should go for the guild hall. Doesn't have a big mass of Royal Knights in the field to snowball with an early royal bloodline, so I think guild hall will be better for Jeanne d'Arc. As much as I want to see also for age for the Royal Engineering School to get the Royal Cannons and other Royal heavy gunpowder units, the Red Palace is going to be just by default to lock down this area. The only reason I want to see the other French landmark is because it's been, I think, over a year since the last Castle replay with somebody actually deploying that landmark out on the field. Blue has obtained this little merchant camp. A nice little trickle of resources. 15 of wood, food, and gold. Effectively 1 villager. Nice little spear brace there. Royal Knights charging way forward. Though the other Age 4 landmark will of course give the Royal Cannon rather than just the regular cannons, which does have artillery shot ability. I wonder, can that range, the artillery shot ability, range the Templars' headquarters from the low ground? If it can, there would be an argument for the Royal Cannons. And plus it would be useful to help engage all of the potential fortresses that Blue may deploy out on the field, though it does have technology to have gunpowder resistance from those same cannons. That Chevalier does not go down. Good number of Chevaliers in the field. Good number of Spearmen push way forward. Good strike there. Let's see right now. There are 2 charges of Ronin available. The Ronin would also match Jeanne d'Arc's movement speed, since Jeanne d'Arc does have that faster movement speed. I just thought of something as well. Jeanne d'Arc's champions and Jeanne d'Arc's riders. I'm assuming champions would do bonus damage versus the heavy spearmen, since they're called spearmen. I would hope so. And if go for Genoese crossbow, then Jeanne's riders could be quite decent and help countering them. Though champions are probably still going to be useful since the regular spearmen still pose a threat. Pilgrim does go down there, very nice. Chevaliers engaging these royal knights now. Archers engaging. The Chevaliers, of course, have one less armor than most of the heavy infantry. No Holy Wrath. Oh, there's a Holy Wrath there. Could use Divine Restoration, get herself healed on up. Down south, got some royal knights moving around. So far, Pink's killed off 8 civilians. And Pink does have a decent villager advantage as well. Oh, 8 villager advantage, Schwarf. Jeanne d'Arc's also locked down this sacred site. Blue could rotate the pilgrims go over here. Be a bit more risky, but in this case, a possibility. Jeanne d'Arc's about ready to level up as well. I see both an argument for the champions and riders, but then again, at this point in time, the riders are... We're talking about the Genoese crossbowman, which his opponent has not gone for just yet. So I think champions probably be the better option right now, particularly right now. Get some nice Castle Age heavy infantry and feudal age. Should be pretty effective. Royal Knights charging way forward to take a little bit of damage there. Backing on off now. Spearmen advancing. Up north we do have these Royal Knights push way forward. Not Royal Knights, Chevaliers, which can take out a good number of villagers there. And this can be quite devastating, losing all these villagers. Royal Knights way over here, Royal Knights way over there. Looks like... There goes the 3rd villager. That could have been far worse for Pink. And we do have champions now pulling the field, very nice. And now the Anganav Empire, which I believe that's the one you get the heavy spearmen. What else does it provide? I always forget. Also improves fortress and dock health by 30%. Which is nice. Nothing critical. Usually castles, keeps, fortresses, they're either alive or dead, really ever in between. The extra 30 health will make it so more in between happens. Well, that's a good number of wolves. Looks like the wolves are still alive and good number of villagers gone down. Zalak Dago's now being finished off. We do now have the age complete for the Knights Templar. Royal Institute actually being researched. Does have a decent number of Royal Knights and of course archers. Pumbaa will go down there. And do now have, let's see, veteran Chevaliers, veteran Archers, veteran Spearmen, so getting all his veterancy going. Does have level 2 Pilgrims as well. Outposts will go down. Good number of archers there. Got veteran archers, veteran royal knights. Do we see the royal bloodlines research this yet? Not yet. In my opinion, that's generally the reason why you go for Royal Institute, to get super heavy royal knights in Castle Age. Does get some good values there. Take out some of those Chevaliers. Holy Wrath, of course, probably is at maxed out charges at the moment. Yep, maxed out charges. And this little bit of blue force could be picked on off there. Scout almost goes down. Got some regular crossbow pulling the field. And looks like some pilgrims going down. Blue's army is now coming over here. Does get a nice little charge. Royal Knights just back out of this region. Too many units nearby. Got some brother Templars now on the field, which effectively are even heavier cavalry. Let's see. Right now they have 275 health and 24 base damage. Royal Knights have 24 base damage, and with the Royal Bloodlines research, which is being researched now, veteran Royal Knights will be superior to the brother Templar. They have same attack speed, maybe different charge attack, and of course can set up as well. So yeah, 37 lance charge, which is equal to the Royal Knights. So once the Royal Bloodlines gets researched, the Royal Knights will be superior to the brother Templars. They do cost a decent amount. Base cost, what, 270? Of course, reduced by France to put it down to 253. Archers started stepping away. They are veteran archers, only +1 range damage, +2 range damage now being almost completed. And now we'll offer a decent amount of firepower against the Chevaliers, since they do have 1 less armor than normal heavy cav. Great status up there by Jeanne d'Arc. Was out more champions there, very nice. Not too many spearmen left for them to engage, but free units are free units. And we've got now the Royal Knights charging way forward, and blue has nothing to stop these Royal Knights other than a handful of crossbowmen, which is simply not enough. Divine Restoration is available. I think she should pull out sooner rather than later. She's only got a lot of experience as well. Holy Wrath's cast there that right now does 30 damage, which archers and crossbow have about 80 health. So decent chunk of damage, nothing too crazy. Divine Restoration is utilized there. Archers started stepping the way forward. Number of exposed villages here as well. But it's probably best to focus on the archers and worry about taking out the villages later. And blue decided to go ahead and surrender. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.